The Billionaire's Eye. Why they see millions where you see nothing. Hey beautiful souls, today I want to take you somewhere unexpected, into a world where art isn't just beauty, it's power. A world where forgotten damaged painting can transform into $400 million masterpiece, while most people walk right past it without a second glance. At the end of this video, I will be unlocking the magic behind what the ultra-wealthy don't want you to know, so stay until the end. Let me tell you a story. In 2017, Salvator Mindy, a painting of Christ, sold for a record-breaking $400 million. But for nearly 200 years, it was a ghost. Lost, overpainted, damaged, ignored. In 1958, it sold for 45 pounds. In 2005, it sold again for $1,175. A wreck, a ruin, practically invisible. And yet, a billionaire looked at this nothing and saw a fortune. So now, think about it. What would have you seen there? A treasure? A disaster? Something not yet worth dusting? Because this is where the magic begins. The final buyer didn't see paint. They saw a story, a brand, and an asset. And this is what I call the billionaire's eye. It is not a mystical gift, but a trained psychological lens that reveals hidden value beneath the surface. And today, I'm inviting you to try on that lens with me. As we go, I want you to interact with this. What there? Where do your emotions shift? What details jump out right into you? Ready to see the invisible? Let's unlock the secret together. Number 1. The psychological weapon. How billionaires see differently. The most powerful tool in billionaires' collection arsenal is not their wallet, it's their perception. Their ability to see beyond the surface. Number 1, they see this context, not just eyes. Most people look at art like they look at the clouds. It's pretty, random, maybe meaningful. But experts and billionaire collectors, they see through a different lens. Take a moment. Think about it. Look at a messy, chaotic, abstract painting. Most people think, what even is that? A child could paint that. But an expert thinks, is it a turning point? Is it a breakthrough? Is it a moment in history captured in pigment? For example, William de Koning's interchange painting looks like frantic brushstrokes. But to those who understand its historical significance in abstract expressionism, it's worth $300 million. They are not buying paint, they are buying the birth of a movement. Ask yourself, what's messy artwork in your own life might hold more meaning than you think? Number 2, they worship the power of story. A high-value painting isn't just an object, it's a myth, a narrative, a lost Leonardo, a resurrected story. It was a royal relic, an object of the centuries of mystery, an archaeological miracle. That myth alone inflated its value far beyond its wood and paint. Billionaires crave that kind of story because when they buy art, they're buying identity, legacy, and immortality. Ask yourself, what is the story attached to the things that you value the most? Number 3, luxury branding psychology. The desire to own the unownable. The art market behaves like couture fashion. It thrives on rarity, exclusivity, and status. Owning the only one in private hands, owning the last Rothko of this period, owning a rediscovered Da Vinci, those phrases trigger not just desire, they trigger competition. Remember when the last privately held Botticelli went to auction? People weren't buying beauty, they were buying bragging rights at the billionaire table. Art becomes a social currency. Number 4, the gallery effect. Presentation creates perception. This is where your brand aligns perfectly with this concept. You know how you transform a painting with lighting, environment, and storytelling. Billionaires do the same, but on a colossal scale. A painting in a dusty thrift shop worth $200. The same painting in a pristine gallery, $20,000. The same painting hanging in the MoMA, priceless. Collectors nowadays, and this is why they build private museums, loan prizes to prestigious institutions, surround their art with luxury architecture. They create a visual halo. Imagine two versions of your own painting, one in your living room and one in spotlight on the museum wall. Which one feels more valuable? And why? Number 2, the financial playbook. How art becomes a wealth machine. Seeing value is one thing, engineering value is another. Billionaires don't just admire art, they use it intelligently, sometimes ruthlessly, influence as market weapon. The ultra-rich don't just buy emerging artists, they create them. A billionaire collector decides to support a young painter, and suddenly their museum's friends exhibit the artists, curators write about them, galleries fight for them, auctions hype them, prices skyrocket. This is not luck, this is market architecture. David Genev's donations to MoMA didn't just help culture, they also increased visibility for artists he collected, which increased the value of his own holding. That's not charity, it's tragedy. Number 2, the two prolonged portfolio. Their collections balance. Blue-chip artists, rising star artists. They're just like stocks. Apples are for stability, startups for growth. Stephen Hawking built these billions with exactly this mix. Pasquale Kuhn's emerging distributors. Art as a hedge against chaos. While the financial markets crash, art just sits quietly there, growing, appreciating, and becoming scarce by every year. That's why some ultra-wealthy individuals allocate 20 to 30% of their portfolio to art. It's beautiful and it's bulletproof. Okay, beautiful souls, we're about to step into the darkest, most secretive part of the billionaire world. The hidden vaults, tax-free empires, and invisible transactions where millions more like whispers. If you're loving this deep dive, take a moment to like, subscribe, and let's keep unlocking the magic behind what the ultra-wealthy don't want you to know. Number 3, the tax-free fortress, the digital frontier. Now we enter the shadows, into the world most people don't even know exists. Free ports, secret art bunkers. Imagine a James Bond style world, ultra secure, climate controlled, hidden in tax-free zone. That's a free port. A place where billionaires store billions of dollars of art without paying tax. And here's the trick. Buy a 50 million painting in New York, ship it straight to free port in Geneva, no import tax, no sales tax, no capital gains on future transactions. Sell it inside the free port, tax-free. Repeat, those vaults hold more masterpieces than museums. This is why the world of Dmitry Rublov's operated in where he sold Salvador Mindy. It's legal, it's strategic, it's unsettling. Number 2, fractional ownership. The new platforms like Masterworks let regular people buy shares in Warhol or Bansky, but billionaires, they use the concept to unlock liquidity, diversify without actually selling, shift millions discreetly. Imagine owning a 200 million painting, but selling 30% of its value to private partners while it still hangs in your home. That's a new frontier. Blockchain-based certificates now make provenance unforgettable, bringing transparency to a famously opaque market. Conclusion. So beautiful soul, here's the truth. The billionaire's eye is not magic. It's not destiny. It's not luck. It's a way of seeing. A canvas becomes more than paint. A damaged relic becomes a story becomes a brand becomes an asset, and an asset becomes a financial empire. They see 3 layers at once: the emotional layer, the story, the mystery, the myth. The psychological layer, scarcity, status, perception. The financial layer, the influence, the portfolio's tragedy, tax havens, long-term power. Where most people see nothing, they see potential, they see history, they see opportunity, and now, so do you. Because once you learn to look deeper, to see the story in the cracks, the value is in forgotten, the magic beneath the surface. You'll never see art the same way again, and maybe you'll never see yourself the same way either. If you found this video inspiring, helpful, or eye-opening, please like, comment, subscribe, and turn the notification bell so you don't miss out on our next art exploration. I'm very grateful for you watching. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you. Bye.